So the job market is not as big as how it is in Toronto, and it's for an obvious reason, is that the demand is not that much yet, right? The demand is increasing there, and so is the companies and all of it growing there. So you'll find a lot of people working.
Hi Harshit, welcome back to my channel. It's really great having you again. It was really wonderful having you sharing all the information in the previous video. To start it off with this one, my first question to you is, what was your main reason to move to Winnipeg?
Thank you so much, Sagar, for having me again on this video, man. You're rocking the stage here. So yeah, to answer your question, right? The main reason I moved to Winnipeg was that I was sick and tired of just facing minus 20 degrees. I wanted adventure in my life, so I wanted minus 30 degrees. Temperature in snow, and I wanted snow until my knee level. Uh, just kidding. But the reason I came to Winnipeg was very obvious, that I couldn't really get my goal of getting my permanent residency in Toronto. I tried as much as I can to my full potential for 2 years, because I came here, as I mentioned earlier, right? I came here after my 12th. So I did not really have that advantage of graduation and the points that were not coming up. Even though I had a good band in IELTS, I really couldn't make it to the cutoff which was going at that point of time. So that's what I did a thorough research of where are the places in Canada where I can go. There are places in the north, up north, where you go there, you stay in for 6 months. You probably you work in any work. Doesn't matter what NOC category it is, and then you can get your PR. I did not want to do that, because my ultimate goal was not only PR but also to get ahead of it, right? I did not want to leave my field. That's what one of the reason I chose Winnipeg, because Winnipeg, outside of Toronto or Vancouver, or the restrictions or the program that Alberta has, Winnipeg is one of the easiest way to get it. Until last year December, it was just 6 months that you had to work there. Again, any category job, but the lifestyle was not as it was not rock bottom, I would say. It was still a livable condition, and then transportation was there. A lot of convenience is there around, right? So that's why I did not want to go to a very remote area and then come back to the city, which makes life difficult. So that's one of the reasons. Point number two, I went there was that it's developing. It has a lot of opportunities coming up. A lot of businesses are coming up. So when you're looking for growth in your career and like that, it's an amazing place to go. So, and it has its own culture and the way it is attached to history and all of it. That is something that I like it as well. That's the reason I chose Winnipeg to go for.
Wonderful, wonderful. And how's the situation there in terms of part-time jobs?
So in terms of part-time jobs, there are availability, a lot of Walmart, a lot of security jobs, a lot of convenience stores. There is a huge population of 7-Eleven stores there, because it being closer to the US border. So, there are a lot of convenience there. One thing that I would recommend is a security license goes a long way. Again, not promoting security jobs and all of it, but it's convenient. You can just work from a convenient place. I used to work as a concierge, and I remember how it gave me the flexibility to complete my project and assignments at that point of time. And that's the same thing that I've been hearing a lot for people who are in Winnipeg. Other than that, also not only part-time job, but people who are studying here will also get opportunities in internship, because there are like if you come to Toronto, there are a lot of colleges out there, so the competition is more. In Winnipeg, there are few of them, but they are very big, like University of Manitoba, University of Winnipeg, Red River College, and then MITT. So these are very few colleges that are there. They have different branches, but it's like Seneca and Amber College, right? Of Winnipeg. So it's amazing. There are a lot of opportunities there, and the city is growing crazily.
Perfect. And if you take the other side of the coin, and how's the full-time jobs?
In terms of the full-time job opportunities, Sagar, it is you will find more of contract positions.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is, either you have to start from a junior position and then move on with the company, There are some of the companies, if you go in downtown, you will find a job, but there are some for experience and some intermediate. So the job market is not as big as how it is in Toronto, and it's for an obvious reason, is that the demand is not that much yet, right? The demand is increasing there, and so is the companies and all of it growing there. So you'll find a lot of people working in IT, or a lot of people working in supply chain. No, not so much in supply chain, but most of in finance, because supply chain is something that is, it being in the middle, it doesn't really get that option, but there are still some supply chain options available there. But overall, for full-time jobs also, it is available. Colleges help a lot, and then you end up get, most of the time you start as an intern, you get there as a co-op, and then you become to move on to become a full-time, right? Because either your instructors refer you or the company really likes you when you're working there. So it's really nice.
Perfect. And I'm pretty sure most of the viewers who are watching right now, they're planning to come here as a student, or as a PR on a work permit. And when we plan, there's always a confusion that should I move to a small city, should I move to a big city like Toronto? So keeping in mind, the jobs, the lifestyle, the permanent residency, right? And you've been the best example because you've been to both the cities. If I ask to compare Winnipeg and Toronto, what would you suggest?
As a newcomer, I would pick Toronto myself. It's just my perspective and my opinion, Sagar. But I have met a lot of people in Winnipeg in that 1 year span that I've been here, who really love, who have been here in Winnipeg, and they love being here. They don't want to go anywhere else. It's just that sometimes you look for opportunities in different areas. The suppose I'm more of a person who's more of like a city person, because I've always been in city. I was born and brought up in Mumbai, so I am used to this hectic lifestyle. But I really enjoyed it for the entire year that I was in Winnipeg, because it was so peaceful. I was able to concentrate much more. And mostly I was working home because of COVID situation and all of it. But overall, the lifestyle is really nice. People are really friendly here. If you're somebody who is like, hey, I would really want to get a house, and can really want to get a more of like a family guy, or a person who is looking for a moderate lifestyle, right? They can come here and they'll enjoy the benefits and perks of this city. But yeah, in my opinion, if I have to pick, man, I cannot betray Toronto, man. Toronto people in Toronto, my friends will, where they're watching me, they'll come and they'll start hitting me. So,
No,
but yeah.
we don't definitely want that. So basically, from
Mm-hmm.
your answer, what you mean is, doesn't really matter if it's based on. Sorry, if I have to put it in a way that to like people think there might be a lot of jobs in Toronto, right? A lot of opportunities in city like that. Do you think that is really true, or just a myth?
Yeah, it's true, because see the size of Toronto, right? You see the population, and you see the how many people are there. Definitely, it is there, but still you'll find people cribbing about it. There are no opportunities in Toronto. There are no opportunities in metropolitan cities, so they want to go to different areas. So definitely, it's upon you. Again, if you really know what you're looking for, because when I did IT, I wanted to become a software developer, but trust me, I only love Java as a copy, not as a coding language. And Python is snake. I don't like snakes. So, coding was never my passion towards it. I was really struggling very hard to get into it. So instead of that, I would have said, hey, you know what, Toronto is not meant for developers. But I was like, hey, it's something that I don't want to do. So I'll go into operations. And that's how I started there, right? I started as a technical support, moved on, understood it, and right now I'm in the similar environment, working as a technical analyst. So it's all about the perspective that you're looking for. It's not the grass is greener on the other side. It's where you water, the grass is greener there, right? So hope that answers your question, Sagar.
No, perfect. Really love the answer, Harshit. And thank you so much once again for joining in for another video. And we'll definitely make another video in future on how to stay positive and motivated like Harshit.
Absolutely. I love to be here. Again, if you're looking for optimism, I'm not Sadhguru or a spiritual speaker or motivational speaker like Tony Robbins. I just love reading books, and I connect with a lot of people, and I try to pick their brains of why they did what they did instead of what they're doing right now. I would rather see where they are and if I want to be there, right? So that's entirely what I'm looking for. But it was amazing. You're an amazing person, Sagar. You're a very good listener. I would really appreciate that, because it's a different thing, just speaking and speaking and speaking, but listening is an art, which, you know, you have to bite your tongue so many times, especially when you're running a channel like this. So you know, the people with different opinions come into this channel and share their experiences. So you're doing an amazing job, Sagar. can I can tell you that a lot of you know, some of my people that I talk with, who are international students, they know you, they've seen your content, and they definitely love you. I'm personally going ahead and subscribing all your channels. I don't know how many channels that you have, but I'm going to subscribe to all your channels, and definitely I'm going to promote a lot of people regarding the content that you're doing.
So yes, you will definitely get a lot of jobs here. International students on average comes up like 1,500 per semester only in Abbotsford.